All right, sorry for this technical issues, and this is my final project presentation. Name is Chandresh Parmar. Um, what I'll do first is basically take a couple of minutes and go around the environment in which I've developed this particular project and what I learned during the class. So to start with, everything starts here with this Raspberry Pi where I'm moving my cursor here. Once this is turned on, it connects to my Wi-Fi. And then it has a lot of inputs and output options. So currently what I'm trying to show here is a dongle, a USB dongle, which is basically a CONBI, which creates a ZigBee network. And this allows communication between the IoT devices like the sensors and the devices like bulbs, etc. And this whole thing is around the Raspberry Pi environment. What we have on Raspberry Pi is an application called DCONS. This application basically allows or recognizes the IoT devices which are there within that ZigBee network area and kind of shows them on the screen here. So we can see that currently that when I captured the picture, it showed two of them were connected, the others were not. And when everything is connected, all those things should be showing as green there. So that's the DCONS CONBI application window where we can see which devices are connected to it. And the next screen next to that is another application which is also running on the Raspberry Pi and which is basically used for the flow-based programming, wherein we use a lot of nodes and we try to get read the data from the IoT device and then pass them on, take the data, take the input, pass it on to another node which can process it and do stuff and pass it on to the next and so on and so forth. So this is a very good kind of a visual development process where things can happen pretty quickly for us. So here what we will generally do is, this is the DCONS. And for this DCONS, since we have registered all our IoT devices here, it has some DCONS nodes, like the input and the output node. The input node will basically get the data from the IoT device, and the output node will use to communicate back to another IoT device to perform some particular task. And all this thing is chained here in the flow-based on the Node-RED. And moving away from this, away from the Raspberry Pi environment, we go to the World Wide Web using the internet browser. Right there, what we do is we use the IoT Creator, which has been provided to us during this particular course. This has, again, the same kind of flow-based programming. And in addition to what we have there, we also have some nodes like the switches and the sliders and the graph and stuff like that, which can be used. We have different timers which can be used. We can set timers and do stuff like that. So this is basically, I call it as, implementation of thoughts, basically the IoT Creator, where whatever thoughts you have, the way you're trying to control your devices or your system can be implemented at this point. And the screen below that is the dashboard, which is again for IoT Creator dashboard, which allows you to show your graphs. Wherein here I've plotted some data from the database, from the MQTT data which I have received to the messages, and it displays the graph here. There are some dials where it shows the pressure and the life of the battery. So during the class, what we did is we used the multiple sensor, which allows us to sense the temperature, humidity, pressure. And it sends all this data through different channels. It has its own channel for temperature, one channel for pressure, one channel for humidity. So we were the Rudy and Dan did the hand holding for us doing the temperature part of it, did help us during the humidity part of it. And then I further extended this to do the pressure. And I also captured the battery part of it. So on every channel, when we get the humidity, temperature, and the pressure data, that particular message object, what we get, or the complete set of data, what we get along with that is a timestamp, the temperature or the pressure or the humidity, and along with the life of the battery, right? It sends the health of battery every time. And once we get this data, we pass this on to something called as a change node. which we use to kind of, manipulate the data what we received, use only the ones which we would like to consume and kind of let go the others which we don't need at that particular point. From using the change node, we pass that information onto a function node. In function node, what we do is it allows you to write a function programmatically. We try to use a JavaScript here. Most of the stuff was provided to us in the class. And using the JavaScript, we are able to kind of create what we want to do. We can we can make a change. Like I get the data in the Fahrenheit. I want to convert it to centigrade. Or I get data which is too large, like, 10,000, 5,000. I want to scale it down. Everything can be done programmatically in a function node. And then what we do is the function node will send out a message as an output after performing whatever task we have programmed for. And this can be sent out to a database or return to a database. In this case, we wrote it onto the DynamoDB on the AWS, which is in the cloud. And we can also use the MQTT communication mode, wherein we convey this by publishing messages, right? And kind of publish it and subscribe for the message and receive the data. So that's basically the concept what we used here. And so this is the humidity part of the flow, the temperature, the pressure, and the battery.
You've got 4 minutes left.
Oh, oops, okay, sorry. I'll try and go a little faster, I'm sorry. So this is basically the complete scenario of what we did in the class. Class learning, assignments, which was extending to it, which I already spoke about. And to further this, what I did was I used the motion sensor. And I placed it in a location here. And this motion sensor basically senses the motion and sends in a true or a false signal, right? So based on the true, I try to light a lamp here, which is a Philips IoT device, which can display light based, and I can also control the intensity of that. Once I get the data, it is given to me as a Boolean. I convert it to string, pass it along my function node, and then kind of send it out to the MQTT node, publish it onto a thing called this is a CK presence. This is my object which sends it out as a MQTT. And once I get that, I get it onto the IoT creator, which is on the web. And this data basically is used. I receive the message because I'm subscribed to that particular topic. I receive it, I perform a check over here. I check whether I received a true or a false signal. If it was true, I set the intensity to 255. If it was false, then I perform a small delay using a timer and set the intensity to 0, which should turn the light off. And then I publish this information onto another MQTT thing using the message CK light. And now this is the complete flow, which is right there at the bottom of it, which is again received here. This message, it receives the CK light, and then, what it does is sends the information out to the decons out, which is the signal as 255 or a 0, and likewise it controls the lamp. So if you are seeing there was some fluctuations going on here on the left, I have a lamp which comes on and off, and I'll try to play this and hopefully it plays, but it did not play here. So were you able to see the lights coming on and off on the left of me?
No, I did not.
Okay. I'm sorry. I think I'm running out of time, and for some reason, I'm not able to show that here on the screen.